The fossil we are preparing here is a section of articulated Ichthyosaur vertebrae, which is an extinct marine reptile that lived 180 million years ago. One of our friends found this piece and has asked our dad to prepare it. Because these are fossilised bones we are preparing, we are going to be using a different method to usual in order to achieve the best result possible. What we are actually going to be doing is using acid to prepare much of this fossil. Before we can use acid on the fossil, we have to coat part of the stone in a protective layer of wax. It is important to apply the wax so that we can direct the acid to the part of the stone that we want the acid to work on. If we leave the entire stone uncovered, the acid will just eat away at the entire rock, and this is not something we want to happen. Here we are heating up the stone itself so that the wax can be applied much more accurately to the stone. And there we have it, all of the wax is now applied because we want that part of the limestone to remain intact. Before we can insert the fossil within the acid, we must also carefully coat the bones that are already exposed. This is again because we do not want the acid to eat away at the already exposed bone. As you can see, Dad carefully applies a protective coating, and we must do this for every single piece of bone that is exposed. Bones are typically very difficult to prepare, so using acid rather than the air pneumatic tools can be a better way to expose the bones gradually, one vertebra at a time. The fossil is all prepped now and ready for the acid. But just before we put it in there, we're going to remove any limestone that could be present in a thick layer. This is because each time we insert the fossil within the acid will only take off a very, very tiny layer of limestone. So if we can speed up this process by removing quite a big chunk of it with the tools, that will save us a lot of time and reduce the number of times that we need to put the fossil inside the acid. We of course want to keep the amount of acid used to a minimum, because even though the bones are protected, there is still always a chance that the acid can gradually eat into the bones despite the protective layer. This is, of course, a relatively small piece, but you can imagine the amount of work involved for a larger limestone block filled with bones. It really is a time-consuming process, but is very much worth it. Whilst we removed some of that limestone, we actually uncovered a couple more bones, so we are just making sure to get them appropriately coated to protect them, and going back over the initial bones another time. This is to be extra cautious in protecting those bones from the acid. The acid is all fully prepared to the correct strength, and now we can carefully place the fossil in there and let the acid do its work. Look at the acid fizzing away and removing that limestone to expose those bones. Now that the acid has had its first touch of the fossil, we need to put the fossil into water just to neutralise some of the acid, because we don't want the acid continuously working away at the bones. And as you can see, there's a very thin layer of stone which is now essentially melted away using the acid. We will put this fossil in multiple cycles of acid until we are happy that the fossil is sufficiently prepared. After a few more cycles in the acid, you can see the vertebrae starting to become exposed now, but there's still quite a few more cycles to go. So let's show you what the finished result ended up looking like in just a moment. And again there, after a few more cycles, you can see the difference in how beautiful of a job that acid is doing. And here's the finished, final piece. The way that the acid exposes the bones maintains that beautiful, untouched finish of those intricate bones from the Ichthyosaur. We could also have prepared this fossil using our pneumatic pens in the traditional way. However, for bones, quite often they can become damaged in the process, so using acid is sometimes the better choice. You can see some of the neural spines there, as well as the articulated vertebrae below. I have no doubt our friend is going to be so happy with the way that our dad has prepared this fossil. What an intricate find with beautiful preparation.